Why do you get a pooch right there? And why is it the hardest part to lean and tone out? I'm going to show you some of my favorite exercises to tighten it up. So that's this area just like below the belly button or surrounding the belly button that can tend to be like flabby and the hardest area to lose fat and tone up. So I've done another video about my best lower ab exercises. I did like 15 different exercises. So if you want to see a lot of variety, go check out that video right here. But then also know that fat loss really does come down to your nutrient intake and making sure that you're not storing extra calories down there. So a lot of it is just your body fat percentage, which comes down to your cardio, your total body workouts, and your diet. But there's also that element of strengthening these muscles up so they can be more firm and tighter. So that's what I'm gonna show you in today's video. We're gonna start with the lying knee tuck. So all you need to do is lie down on a yoga mat or a carpeted surface to protect your spine, and then bend your knees and crunch them in. It's also called a reverse crunch, to crunch your abs from the bottom up. That's key when you're training lower abs, is you always wanna do bottom up exercise. That's how you get that lower area. If you're more advanced, you can straighten your legs and go into lying leg raises. This is my favorite version of this, but if you're a beginner or if you have lower back problems, this might cause pain for you. So do not try the straight leg version until you feel really comfortable with the bent knee version first. And if you do feel any lower back pain, then modify and regress it back to the bent knee version. Either way, do make sure that you focus and concentrate on contracting your lower ab muscles and not just going through the motions. This can easily turn into a hip flexor exercise if you're not focused and aware of actually contracting your lower abs. So focus is essential here, no matter which of these versions you're using. Another one of my favorite lower ab exercises, and one I used so much after my pregnancy when my waist was so expanded I had to tighten it up again, is the tummy vacuum. And this is the beginner's version, doing it in all fours. It's so safe, everyone can do it, and it's really effective at tightening your waist. Once you get more advanced, you can go into the plank tummy vacuum. So extending your legs fully and going down on your forearms and really focusing on those lower ab contractions. Do this in the mirror so you can make sure your form is good and you're not hinging at the hips, but you're actually contracting your abs with each lift. And the third one is plank position knee tucks or pikes. And here I'm using a Swiss ball, it's the easiest. But if you don't have a Swiss ball, you can do this with a towel on a hardwood floor surface. Just put your toes on the towel and slide in. The goal here is to tuck your knees up to your chest. But of course you have to lift your hips a little bit and get that lower ab contraction. So instead of leaving your core relaxed and just tucking your knees in and out, make sure that you lift your core and contract every time you bring your knees in. And when you go back out to that plank, don't let it sag. Keep a really solid, tight plank. If you feel you could use more challenge and you can easily do 10 to 15 of those others, then try the Swiss ball plank pike. This is where you basically fold your body in half, keep your legs straight as you roll in and contract your abs. I do find it helps here if you tuck your chin in as well. So instead of looking down at the floor forward, look towards your knees or toes. Again, this will just help you focus on the actual goal of the movement, which is to contract those lower abs. When it comes to your training, one thing I've learned to really get lean is you have to really challenge your body and use compound exercises. You know, I'm talking like squats, push-ups, deadlifts, full body movements that are really going to stimulate your metabolism. And then of course the other side of the equation is possibly getting a little more strict on your diet. Sorry, I had to move locations. But yeah, a lot of the times it's with diet, because when you let things go too much, you have too many treats and too many days that don't count and all of that stuff. That's when you can really start to see that pooch start to show up, flare up, and really show. So sometimes it takes some dialing in on the side of your nutrition, and that just means being more mindful of your portion sizes and your nutrition choices. So it doesn't mean going on a strict diet, it just means being more mindful and dialing it in. So factor one, you tone up the muscles in that area. So specifically doing lower ab exercises as part of your total body training, of course, along with your compound moves and your cardio. And then two is you dial in your diet, knowing how much food you should be eating and eating right for your nutrient needs and not just eating whatever. And we have our third location move. I hope you can still hear me out here with the wind. But okay, so some other factors that can contribute to the lower belly pooch could be your digestion. If you're not pooping regularly, I know this is like weird to talk about on YouTube, but you need to be pooping like every single day, at least twice a day, once or twice a day, at least. And if you're not, then maybe your lower belly pooch could be related to backed up intestines, you know what I'm saying? Because you can be carrying like several pounds of food in there if you're not eliminating properly. So what I would have you do is increase your vegetable intake. Make sure you're eating more fiber in your diet, and I'm talking about from natural foods. You don't have to take a fiber supplement, but just more leafy greens, more watery vegetables, and that's going to help things move much better. You can do this in the form of smoothies. If you don't like eating vegetables, put vegetables in your smoothies. And yeah, so once you kind of like clear out your intestines, you will see a flatter stomach. So I hope that this clears up the confusion, like why is the lower belly pooch even there? What is it and how do you get rid of it? You have to strengthen and tone your lower abdominal muscles by doing lower ab specific exercises and like actually focusing on contracting those abs. Because a lot of people just go through the motions, just work their hip flexors. You end up getting really strong hips, but not strong abs. So make sure every time you're doing those exercises, you are focusing on flexing that specific area. You should actually feel the burn and fatigue in those lower ab muscles. And then 2 is that you clean up your diet. Make sure that you're not getting sloppy with your nutrition, like you actually know how much you should be eating. You are meal prepping, you are eating the right amounts, not allowing too many extra treats in there, and just really staying dedicated to your meal plan, getting enough protein, the right kind of carbs, all of that stuff. I actually have a nutrition program coming out so soon, you guys. I'm psyched to share it with you, but it's gonna help make Live Lean nutrition so much easier for you. 28-day nutrition course that's gonna blow your minds. So good. But before I go on any more tangents about this, I just wanna make sure you know it's strengthening those lower ab muscles and strengthening your diet, really. Just having a really solid diet, doing the right types of exercises, eating the right types of foods. It really is a combination of those two, and you will see results with your lower belly pooch flattening and disappearing. I've seen it happen for so many clients before. It's going to happen for you. So let me know in the comment section below if you have any more questions about the lower belly pooch, or if I didn't answer something about it, let me know. I'd love to hear it. Please submit your video if you haven't. I want you to be one of the first to win the Live Lean Way course. We're giving away 2 free ones for the best video entries. So details are down in the description box below, and you only have a few more days left to get that entry in. I hope that you win. I'll see you at next week's episode, and keep living lean.